All defensive is red last night. I know it's Valentine. The big squirts look fine. You know the jockeys.
Hello, racing fans, and welcome to another edition of Handicapper's Corner, brought to you by the Derby Bar and Grill. I'm Mike Heads, along with Drew Forster. We're going to go through the Sunday, September 22nd races at Hastings as the season is winding down. We have 8 races today, though. First race at 1:50. Good feature race for 3-year-old fillies. Should be a good day.
Yeah, absolutely. As I mentioned in the last show, they were struggling a little bit getting card together, but they did get 2 nice...
16 races for this weekend.
Yep, 2 nice 8-race cards and decent field sizes, so we continue to roll right along at Hastings. Let's roll right into the first. It is a maiden optional 30,000, basically maiden special weight for 3-year-olds and up, going 6.5. And I've gone to the 3-horse He's Jr. Ran once, went to the lead. Decent times, 22-2, 46. Just got headed and beat by Stevenson Ladd the last few jumps.
That's a tough beat.
A horse who was much more seasoned, obviously, than He's Jr., who was making his first start for P. Gregory. Enrique Gonzalez has been going great guns lately. I got He's Jr. on top. The second spot, I put What Goes Around. A horse who's been steadily improving. Ran third against Stevenson Ladd and Peyton's Best in a very fast time that day, 1:16.4. Anything close to that effort that he put forth that day. Got a 63 buyer for it. If he can put another number like that up, he's going to be right in the mix. And the third spot, I went to a 3-year-old filly, El Dorado Gold. Just ran once, went very quick on the head end, 21-4, 45-4, and got beat by a filly that looks to be pretty nice and pretty reckless. And they went that day in 16-4 as well. So. It is only her second start. She's tackling boys, even older boys, although there's only one in here that's older, 2, sorry, that are older, but she still seems like she has some talent. Obviously, it's tough to get the fillies maiden special weights to go, so Levanaway opted to put her in here, and I don't think she's out of it. I got 3, 6, and 1.
Yeah, I agree with the 3-horse He's Jr. That was a very unlucky beat. This horse was ready. If he doesn't bounce, I mean, this horse should win the money. This horse did, he was asked to do a lot, though. He was out there fighting the whole way and ran against a horse who was making his third start, Stevenson Ladd, who would run some big races. And Stevenson Ladd just outgamed him down to the wire. But still, this horse was fighting all the way. And as I mentioned, if this horse doesn't regress at all off of that race, if it didn't exhaust him too much, then I think he wins the money. He's your horse to beat. Up at the 2-horse Captain Salt, just slightly ahead of What Goes Around. I think the 2 and 6 are interchangeable for me. Captain Salt kind of had a lousy trip last time, and he was 4 and 5 wide. And What Goes Around kind of was on the rail, but still got kind of shuffled back behind a slow pace. He wasn't comfortable there either. Both of them are better than that race shows. But I like the 3. He's Junior. I think he's going to be dangerous. I went 3, 2, and 6. On to the second race. Got some maiden 2-year-olds here going 3.5 furlongs. Got a full field of 9 signed on. Actually got a couple waiting to get in the race too. I went to the 5-horse McSpice out of the Tracy McCarthy barn, a daughter of Pulpit. Been lighting it up in the mornings. I don't think there's any secrets here. I mean, you're not going to get a big price on McSpice because of the way this horse has been working. A little surprised to see the horse in going 3.5 instead of going 6.5, considering the horse had worked 5/8 already. But they opt to run her here, and obviously she's pretty quick, so I'm going to try her to win it. Put the 6-horse Be Remarkable in for second, a filly by Wandering out of the mare Always a Star. This one hails from a very good family, got lots of good sibs that are stakes caliber horses. And the work has been excellent for the Bronco J Stables and Cindy Krasner, so I give this one a big chance. And up at the 3, Docilina for Pedro Alvarado, a filly by Skimming that has some brilliant works as well. I really didn't go off the charts here. I mean, they're all 3 firsters that have fast works. And you definitely have to look at them in the paddock, though, have a peek, see what they're doing. I left the 7, 2 Pump, who's run second already, but I thought that was a pretty... I don't know. I didn't think it was the strongest 3.5 furlong race that 2 Pump was coming out of. So I'm gonna try something different with all the firsters. I went 5, 6, and 3.
I did go to a horse you just mentioned, 2 Pump. I thought that second behind Cowie Creek was very good. A horse that's
going. It was a good run.
Going the right way, and I like the fact that she does have a couple starts, which can be a big advantage in these 2-year-old races. Probably going to be a short price, but I went with 2 Pump.
Bush horse. I mean, like Cowie Creek came from Kamloops. It's like I was a little concerned how much.
Little Brown Derby was another one.
Soyuz, wherever the races were that week, but
Little Brown Derby was another one that was coming from up around third.
A little alarmed. I don't know if they're that quality. Maybe they are. Maybe I'm off.
But I like the fact that they've ran, though.
That's true.
That's what pushed me that way. Another horse, I took the Northlands horse, Kessler. How can you not go for a horse named Kessler with the Canucks season starting up? Just got beat ahead. Ran 3 times in Northlands, 3.5, then 5.5, back to 3.5. Got beat ahead. Attracts Jeff Birmingham, very capable little rider here at Hastings, so I don't mind Kessler. And in the third spot, I put McSpice. Obviously, of the horses that haven't started, she's the one that looks like she's race ready. Good work tab on her, and I wouldn't be surprised to see her in the winner's circle. I went 7, 2, and 5. In your second.
More maidens.
Second half of the double. On to another maiden race, maiden 5,000, 3-year-olds and up. I went to the 3 of Fleet Chance out of the Frank Barrowby barn here. This is a horse who's been running much higher. Ran last 2 times for maiden 10, ran into like Peyton's Best, Balak Orr, horses like that. Now he drops in for 5,000. I'm going to give him a shot to win it. The second spot, I went to the 8 Pumpkin Moonshine. If I had a nickel for every time I picked this horse,
I know, you'd be
in a maiden 5 this year. Another one just seems to be getting very
Everyone
close.
else too. A lot of stars there.
This horse has been well backed.
Been burning up money faster than
it has. I'm thinking, maybe it's graduation day. Yes, it has. Pumpkin Moonshine out of the Vanaway barn. Just got beat a length last time by rolling in the Isles End Contact Man. I don't mind Pumpkin Moonshine. And in the third spot, I put the 4 horse, Rocky's Amigo. I had trouble coming up with a third horse. I went to this one out of the Jody Rawson barn. Had a couple runs in June and July, didn't show much. It's been off a while. Works are okay. It attracts Scott Williams. He's done okay for Jody Rawson this year. So, and good to see Joe and Margie Berg.
Yes.
Of the late Carl Berg. This is the last horse he bred, so my heart's going with Rocky's Amigo. I got 3, 8, and 4.
Yeah, I had a lot of trouble with this race as well. It's tough to have a strong opinion on this in this one. Just gotta take a stab and hopefully you come up with the right one. I'm going to take the 5 Contact Man. Don't love the horse at all. Just the horse has had a lot of chances. Not really the horse ran okay last time. 2 starts back. That was kind of a race good enough maybe that could win. The 7 horse Act Exotically. I like that horse. I think this horse could move forward. I thought a very good third first time out. Then was claimed by Rennie Lumsden, and the horse came back and ran poorly for 12.5. But it comes back down for 5, and I think you need this horse. And the 8 Pumpkin Moonshine, I agree. I don't even mind your horse, Fleet Chance. I just did not fall for anyone in here. It's just one of those races.
This is what the all button's for.
Yeah, that's where they come up with it. But just no strong opinion on a race with a bunch of horses that have not shown a whole lot. It's hard to read between the lines. Trying to decipher and read between the lines, make something out of maybe nothing, but it's really hard to even manufacture a good pick in here. And I don't know, just 5, 7, 8 was where I landed. But it's an ollie or a no play for me, the third race. Yeah. The fourth, we got some maiden 30 grand. That's a maiden race. First pick 4 is maidens.
Maiden 2-year-olds.
We got 2-year-olds here. We got a mix of actually got 7 Colts and Geldings, 3 fillies. Going to line up. I went to the 6 Burnaby Baron. Going to go without blinkers. I think that may help. The son of Rockport Harbor. Frank Fuentes will ride. Good work, 59 and 2. Let's try Burnaby Baron. He's shown, he's been chasing the pace. I don't even know if the horse wants to do that. I've been asking him to show speed, and I think maybe he might be a little bit of a, ride him quieter and take him back a bit and make a run. And maybe with the blinkers being off, might be easier to do that. So I'm going to try Burnaby Baron. Put the 4 horse on the sunny side in for second. Ran in the Jack Diamond Futurity. Wasn't disgraced at all. One of the choices in here will definitely be the 10 Brother Chunky. But he only finished 3 lengths behind that one. And he had already had a bunch of races under his belt. So I think this horse has more room for improvement. So I'm going to try on the sunny side for second. And I put the 9 Renegade Cowboy. And as of taping, there's only one work on the form, and so it's kind of hard. But seeing Amadeo Perez show up on this one for Rob Gilker, I would say this horse is pretty live.
Yeah, and, I know. I struggle with him
it's
too.
The son
I
of
did look at him.
Cowboy Cal, young first-year stallion, but it was sold at the BC sale. And this horse showing up in this spot, I think this horse might be able to run. So I put this one in for third. I went 6, 4, 9, but another race I didn't fall in love with.
This is one too. I had a lot of marks on my form here. I kept changing my mind. I landed on Brother Chunky just because he is seasoned. He's had some good races. Just got beat 3/4 of a length already in a maiden special weight. Then they tried him in the Futurity. He wasn't disgraced. He laid up close to a pretty good pace. Faded a little bit, only got beat 6 lengths, but dropping against straight maidens, I think he's quite live. The second spot, I put another one that has been tried in the Stakes Company and now drops into a maiden race is Shingan Sky out of the Paddy Leaney barn. I don't mind Shingan Sky in here. He's been running, against and all that it means, Never Better Cause, Majestic Mark, Deviance. Son of Tiago, a promising horse out of the Rob Van Overshot barn. And in third spot, I put Burnaby Baron. Your top pick, definitely a horse who's live in here. That 59-2 stands out. He looks like he can run some.
And he's a friend of the Derby. The owner's a friend of the Derby.
Good friend of the Derby,
Sorensen.
Craven Sorensen. I'd love to see Craven's horse win this, the son of Rockport Harbor. As you mentioned, a race I didn't fall in love with. One you can look a lot of different ways. I know another horse in here that I think can run a little bit that we haven't mentioned is the 3-horse 4 Times Lucky, owned by our good friend Ken Johnson of the Derby here. A fairly well-bred horse. They bought the sale last year, and I wouldn't be surprised another one to see maybe show up in here.
Good race. It's a really good race. It's a lot of contention, and at least giving Brother Chunky the 10-hole, it might have equalized things.
Yeah, because he is going to be your short price.
I would think he's going to be the favorite, but still, I think personally a beatable favorite.
Yeah.
But good race.
But I went 10-7-6 in the fourth. On to the fifth, Fillies and Mares, 4,000, non-winners of 2, going 6.5 this time. Interesting race. I went to the 4, 2, 5, and 10 on the Troy Taylor barn. Had a little trouble breaking her maiden. They even dropped her down to maiden 5,000. She just got tired a little late and got beat. Came back and run her against winners, going 3.5, and absolutely destroyed the field. Was just set a new course record. Maybe that woke her up. The distance is obviously the problem here, but if she can just get that little extra half furlong, I think she's your winner. The second spot I put Lips, another one that was running much higher, dropped her in for maiden 5. She made no mistake. She won pretty comfortably over Lovers, Lyra, and Whistler, 2 horses that come back and run very well. Lips figures to be in the mix here. And in the third spot, I went to the 2, Cochin Becky, a horse we haven't seen for a while. Mike Anderson got this horse in Turf Paradise, or Golden Gate, sorry. Turf Paradise. It was a Golden Gate hole in Turf Paradise. Mike claimed it. Had it in Phoenix All Winter. Came here, had some good, decent runs behind Forever Me and Reveling and Doreen's Delight. With recently retired Marlo Dunn aboard. Now she gets Jeff Birmingham. She's been freshened. Works look okay for this level. I don't mind her either. I got 4, 6, and 2 in the fifth.
Yeah, I went to the 9-horse Free Roman Dolly. I tend to like the horses.
That's another one I don't mind
in
in here.
Charm race. They went pretty fast. I know the time 1:16.3. It's a little misleading, but still, I thought off the layoff because the horse hadn't run since late June. I think Free Roman Dolly's I think a good selection in here. I agree with the 4, 2, 5, and 10, but a risky proposition. This horse obviously has some air issues or something. I don't know what it is. Because the horse has trouble going 6.5 furlongs.
Last half furlong.
The 3.5, she's okay, but the 6.5, it could be a little tough for her, but we'll see. And I put the 6-horse Lips, as you mentioned. Filly, it's in good hands. She's having a great season, Rosie, and the filly got a nice win last time.
Yeah.
Could move forward. I went 9, 4, and 6, but I do like the 9 Free Roman Dolly. On to the 6th race, $4,000 claimers, non-3 lifetime, going a mile and 16th. Ended up with the outside horses, or some of them anyway. The 7, Jackman Road, pretty impressed with his easy score last week. Looks like I don't think he was even pushed to the limit that day. The fractions weren't super quick, so I think coming back in 7 days won't be an issue for him. There isn't much speed in here. Likely to get the lead again, Jackman Road, so there's your horse to beat. Put the 8 Crossrail Court in for second. Nice win at this level, defeating Jackman Road. I think Jackman Road could turn the tables on that one, but they're both very live. And I put the 9 Follow My Orders in for third. Amadeo Perez re-rides for Bill Connick Jr. I went 7, 8, 9.
I went with the 4, Fox Be Gone of the Steve Henson barn. Ray's Reno dropped into a 4,000 non-3 race, and he was a heavy favorite. He figured to be tough. He was tough. And Fox Be Gone just got beat a couple lengths by him. I think if he can repeat that performance, that puts him right in the mix here. There's no Ray's Reno in here. No. So I don't mind Fox Be Gone. The second spot, I put Crossrail Court of the Mike Anderson barn because he did finish above Jackman Road the last time they faced off. And Jackman Road, your top selection for Hall of Fame trainer Alan May, figures to be tough in here too. I got 4, 8, and 7. On to the 7th. Nice little race, 3-year-old filly allowance race. Field of 6 going postward. I went to the 1 Lady Henrietta. What a year she's had. She's run 5 times, 2 wins, 2 seconds, and a third. Hasn't missed the board all year. Has run against tough horses like Silkworm, Miss Derrick, one of your top 3-year-old fillies. Tempered Steel, your Oaks winner. I think she fits pretty good in there, and I think she'll be the boss in here. I got Lady Henrietta on top. The second spot, I put Willamette out of the Dino Catalino's barn. Ran in the Hong Kong Jockey Club last time. Before that, she ran a big race. Just got beat a couple lengths by Tempered Steel, as I mentioned, your Oaks winner. So I don't mind Willamette. And in the third spot, I put Havasu Falls. Not sure what to do with her. She's run okay since coming to Hastings. Her numbers are pretty good. Her numbers fit in the race. She switches to Scott Williams, which I think is a bit of an upgrade in the saddle. So I got 1, 5, and 2 in the 7th.
Yeah, I agree. Lady Henrietta, this is kind of a good spot, really good spot for her. You know, she's 2 allowance wins already this year. Going to rack up another one. Like
she always
looks to be the speed of the
big,
race.
Yeah.
She missed the Oaks, but shows up in this sprint, and I think she's awfully dangerous. Up at the 3-horse Courtroom Kiss. Nice win off the layoff for William Lebanwin.
Yeah.
I think this horse is live. Amadeo Perez rides, and ended with the 5. Willamette in for 3rd. I think those are your horses. I like 1, 3, and 5.
Yeah.
I think Lady Henrietta that shines above them, though. I mean, this is kind of a gift race for her. This looks like a nice, great spot. That's a key for me, 1, 3, 5. I like Lady Henrietta to win the feature. On to the 8th and final. Got some maiden $5,000 claimers going 6.5 furlongs. A field of 9 signed on. I landed on the 2-horse Whose Daddy Is Dat. Narrow loser to bite your tongue.
Unlucky to lose last time.
Yes, a little concerned. He's getting a little camera shy. I don't want him. He's been burning up quite a bit of money as well this year.
Yeah.
But I don't want to go overboard on Whose Daddy Is That. But I do like the horse. I put the 4-horse Run Stormy Running for 2nd. Was freshened up. A couple of months off between runs last time. Was a good 2nd to Intended Consequence. And come back with a couple of decent works since that race. And I think he's pretty live in here. And I put the 7-horse Ignitus, who can make a rally from off the pace. Just had the 1 run at the main allowance level. He drops for 5. Good work in 48, and likely going to have some speed to run at here. Looks like the 2's going to go. The 5-horse I Want Seconds. The 6 Brave Spark has speed. The 8 Mr. Mansky, and even the 9 He's No Clark Gable's got some fast work. So there should be a pace in here for the 7 Ignitus. So I'm going to give him a shot. But I do like the 2 Whose Daddy Is That. I went 2, 4, and 7.
I went with the 6, the Troy Taylor runner in here, Brave Spark. He had the 1 run at Emerald Downs, so he's got a race under his belt. His work tab looks pretty good. He's been training right along here, and that barn can obviously have one ready. So I put the 6 Brave Spark on top. I have Run Stormy Run, a horse you mentioned. I have him in the 2nd spot. A horse who dropped from the main 5 level last time, got beat by Intended Consequence, but definitely a horse that fits at this level. He figures to be in the mix. And in the 3rd spot, I put the 2 Whose Daddy Is That, your top selection. Another one, as you mentioned, maybe getting a little camera shy, but definitely fits at the level.
Right.
It wouldn't surprise me to see him win in a pretty
won't be
wide
any
open
price.
race.
I know I picked him, but I know the price will be awful.
Yeah, he's going to be your favorite, but do with him what you will. I got 6, 4, and 2. That will do it for our analysis of the Sunday, September 22nd card. Up next on your screen will be our selections. Mike, as always, you're up first.
There we go. Back in race number 1, I went to the 3 He's Junior. 3-2-6 for me in the Sunday opener. In race number 2, I went to the 5 McSpice. 5, 6, and 3. 3rd race number 7, Act Exotically over the 5 and 8. And race 4, I went to the 6 Burnaby Baron over the 4 and 9. Going to go back with a 649 again, except it's going to be a 946 in race number 5. I'm going to try the 9 Free Roman Dolly on top. 6th race, I went to the 7 Jackman Road over the 8 and 9. 7th race, number 1 Lady Henrietta, likely the best bet of the day, 1, 3, and 5. And in the 8th race, the 2 Whose Daddy Is Dat, 2, 4, and 7.
On to my picks. In the first, I agree with Mike on number 3. He's Junior over the 6 and the 1. In the second, I went to the 7 2 Pump over the 2 and the 5. In the third, I went to the 3 A Fleet Chance over the 8 and the 4. In the fourth, I went to the outside, probably your favorite, Brother Chunky, the 10 over the 7 and 6. In the fifth, I went to the 4 2, 5, and 10 over the 6 and the 2. In the sixth, I went to the 4 Fox Be Gone over the 8 and the 7. In the 7th, I agree with Mike on the 7, on the 1, Lady Henrietta. She looks to fit this spot very nicely over the 5 and the 2. And the nightcap, the 8th, I went to the 6 Brave Spark over the 4 and the 2.
Well, thanks everyone for tuning in to the edition of Handicapper's Corner, brought to you by the Derby Bar and Grill. And don't forget, if you can't make it out to the track, I think Chef Andy will have a nice spread on out here. Come on out. Lots of televisions here. Come on to the Derby Bar and Grill. Just launched the new menu.
The new menu's going very well. Some beautiful stuff on there.
Down at 176th and 0 Avenue, right at the truck crossing border. So just weave your way in. And if you can't, as I said, if you can't make it out to the track, a great place to watch the races right here at the Derby Bar and Grill. Well, thanks for tuning in. As I mentioned, on behalf of Drew, we'll see you next time here on Handicapper's Corner.
But make it epitaph, he wins it by a half. According to this here in the Telegraph.